Hi, and welcome to Musicians Hangout with Crash Fistfight and Maxine Maxwell.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday!
Happy Wednesday, and welcome to Musicians Hangout. You want to tell them our mission statement?
Sure, our mission statement is to be part of a revolution, to create friendships with other artists, and build a community network to save music, particularly local music.
Right, and tonight we also have a drinking game, as usual. And the key words that you want to listen to are wicked, which is my word, and right on, which is Maxine's word.
Right on.
Drink.
I'm having vodka tonight.
Me too. And just to let everybody know that we do not condone underage drinking. So kids, you can have soda or juice or tea or whatever. And that goes for you adults too. And then as soon as we can get our guest host connected, we will find out what his word is tonight.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to be having Draco on in a few moments. And while we're waiting for our guest to tune into the show, I will go over some of our music news. It was a really exciting week. Ringo Starr celebrated his 79th birthday. And Ringo is one of my drumming heroes. So one of my idols celebrated his 79th birthday. So good for you, Ringo. Happy birthday and keep on going. The Who have a new album on the way. In fact, I had to read that twice when I was reading music news. I was like, The Who? They're still going? Wow, this is crazy. They officially debuted a new song, Hero Ground Zero, which I watched their live performance. It was pretty cool. It was in London at Wembley Stadium, and Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder made a guest appearance on stage that night at that show in London. So super cool concert.
Wow, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of Dave Grohl, so I've got some Foo Fighters news. They sprung a surprise. They're going to be releasing a live EP over Independence Day holiday week. So that was already passed, but you can check that out. It's a 3-song EP titled 00950025. The songs were from their earlier days in 1994. So remastered and re-released. An update from last week, I talked about how Patti LaBelle was going to be honored with her own street, and there was a ceremony set for last weekend for that. Unfortunately, her name was misspelled on the sign, and it did not have the capitalized B in LaBelle. A spokesperson for the city of Philadelphia announced that the sign would be fixed this week.
Wow, that's crazy. You would think that they would get that right.
Oh, I know, but it goes to show everybody can have a little typo. And the article I read about that in the PDM stated that the sign that she autographed at the ceremony had her name spelled right. It was the one on the street itself that was spelled wrong, so they're switching that one out.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
Seems we're still having technical difficulties.
So Nicki Minaj canceled her show this Thursday. She was going to appear, it's next Thursday on the 17th. She was going to appear in Saudi Arabia at a concert, and she has decided not to do that concert at that festival because she's making a stand for women's rights and LGBTQ awareness within Saudi Arabia. So she is opting out of the concert.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. You know, I was a little bit torn when I was reading the article today. In fact, I read about it, and I thought, you know, if she cancels, then those are the fans that wanted to see her and wanted to celebrate women's empowerment within Saudi Arabia and LGBTQ empowerment and awareness. So I was a little bit torn myself on that. Like, I get, as an artist, you'd be a little apprehensive to go somewhere like that in the first place, especially being a woman. However, to support your fan base there, it would be hard for me to cancel, knowing that so many people counted on me to come and basically help them through those issues through my music.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Has he messaged you back?
No.
Okay. Draco, are you out there?
I'm trying to see if he might be on our Hangout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like something went through.
Well, maybe I should have him go into Google Hangout.
Yeah, have him do that. What would the show be without a little bit of a, you know,
Technical difficulties as usual.
technical difficulties? Right on, everyone. It's been kind of a funky day, so I'm not surprised this isn't working. Dun, dun, dun.
Right?
So I can update everybody on a little bit of the Lady of the Lake filming. I put a chart out there that the film crew shared to Facebook. It broke down their budget. And it was really interesting to see what everything that goes into a movie production, because I don't think about movie production. I just think about music production. And so they're putting their feelers out there for anybody who would be interested in investing their project. So if you want to check that out, it is on my page and also on the Lady of the Lake page. If you know of anyone that would be interested in contributing to that, you can message me or you can message them directly.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I shared something on my Facebook about that too. So trying to help you guys out. And the film, of course.
Yeah, it's been really cool to watch this project unfold. Marble Mountain Films contacted me last week and stated that they wanted to be at Lake Crescent on site for some filming the week of the 22nd. And they said that they would most likely be on site the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And I had to tell them that I'm in Montana that week, so I can't meet up with them. So they were going to try to come up a little sooner. So I'm waiting to hear back. It's quite possible they could come next week, or I offered to also meet with the director and the crew in Vancouver, Washington, go on site and interview them about their movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It's really cool to tell people that one of my songs is going to be featured in a horror film.
Yeah, right?
You know, based on a true story, too.
Yeah, and Oh, there goes my camera again.
Oh, geez. Come on now.
It's back. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what his problem is.
Back and wicked as ever.
Always.
Ah.
Right on, right on.
We're going to get this to work yet.
We're trying.
Exactly. So, in the meantime.
Now, I know he's on a cell phone, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but
It very well could. Like I've learned over the past few weeks, it just depends on everybody's devices, I guess.
yes.
And their internet connection.
Yes. And lately they have been redoing all of the, there goes stupid camera. They've been redoing all of the cable connections around my house. And there I come back again.
Oh, that's lovely.
And,
welcome back.
so, like, it's the internet's been really spotty. Like, I always have to redo it all the time. Oh my goodness, this stupid computer.
My internet's been really spotty today too. Looking anything up or networking online has been slower than usual today, and that did concern me. In fact, internet went out on me last night. I was like, oh man, this better not happen tomorrow during my show. At least it happened Tuesday night while I was shamelessly watching Golden Girls.
Hey, you know what? My cousin just got some Golden Girls socks, and I told him I was pretty jealous that he has.
I gotta love those Golden Girls. I mean, come on, they're classic. And the issues that they talk about in the 1980s and early 90s really haven't changed that much.
Right.
And you know, now that I'm older and I'm watching the Golden Girls, I'm getting a lot more of their adult humor, obviously.
Right.
In fact, sometimes I'm watching the Golden Girls and I'm like, wow, this is so like, excuse me for saying this, but sexual. I'm like, I don't remember that as a kid at all. That totally went over my head.
Yeah, no, it really was. Especially, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, shoot. Here we go. No camera this time.
Oh, what was that, Crush?
There's a no camera for me this time, but that's okay.
Oh, it's like the first time. Feels like the first time.
Right. So maybe I'll just have to wait for the update.
Well, wait, it wasn't our first episode. It was our second episode with Hecate, our first guest.
Yes.
And your camera was out.
Yes.
But you know, you have a beautiful voice, friend.
Well, thank you.
You have a good radio voice. So just keep hanging with me on music.
I heard that a lot, actually. That's pretty funny.
I know. In fact, when I was really thinking about doing the podcast with you, I was nervous. I was like, oh, hey, Draco is calling me. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, hey.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Yay. This is another way that we can have you on the show, because I don't have a camera now either.
So what's going on, Draco? So you're not connected on Google Hangouts yet. You're just on Messenger with me.
We can do the interview that way.
He can't get it connected. He doesn't know what the problem is.
Okay, well, can't we put him on speaker?
Yeah, I can get a speaker and you can interview this way. How's that sound? Okay. All right, plug in and I will find a speaker. Hey, Max.
Sorry, folks. Once again,
we're going to make this work.
We are just musicians trying to interview other musicians, promote you guys, play your music, get your name out there as best as we can. So we're not podcasters, so we have no idea what the hell we're doing, but we do the best that we can do with the knowledge that we got for musicians.
And luckily, I have a husband who is awesome and knows some technology.
Hi, Max.
Hello.
He's saving us again.
Once again.
Okay, I got Draco here. He's all woohoo.
I'm sorry I'm late.
So are we going to be able to get him louder? Okay, cool. Connect.
Power on.
So turn on your Bluetooth.
Okay, I'll go to my Bluetooth.
Your device is
It's
connected.
probably connected to my.
Of course it did.
Let me go
And is this it?
connect. Yeah.
Okay. Look at all of
Power
these
off.
steps we take to make our show work.
Power
Right.
on.
Last week went too well.
Your device is connected.
All right, Draco, go ahead and say something.
Something.
Yay!
All right, yay.
Is that?
Perfect.
One way or another, we will figure this
Look at
out.
the camera. I can't see anybody.
My camera's out tonight anyways. So.
Yeah, Tony's camera's not working either, so we are almost a total real radio show.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like Max
And we need new.
and the voices.
We need new call letters if it's going to be a radio show.
Right?
Yeah, no joke.
Well,
KWP.
101.
Well, no worries, Draco. We'll have you back when we can get all of our cameras working again.
No, that's all good. I enjoy staring at my phone, looking at myself.
You sound like the millennial generation.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
geez.
know it. You know what I was thinking about the other day? When I was growing up, K-Earth 101 used to play like 16 Candles and My Baby Loves the Western movies and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're playing music I grew up with.
That's
I'm
awesome.
starting to feel old.
It's all coming full
I mean,
circle.
I know. I mean, they played "Welcome to the Jungle" for crying out loud.
Oh my God. That was our high school theme song every time there was a football game because we were the Centralia Tigers. So it was "Welcome to the Jungle." Oh my God. Every time the football players would come out to this meal, it was horrible. It even said "Welcome to the Jungle" on the side of the freaking locker room
Oh, wow.
in Central. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty tough song. I think
Yeah.
GNR's best album was definitely "Appetite for Destruction."
Yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
And then they kind of like mellowed out too much.
Well, they got old and fat. Sorry.
I can hear myself echoing in there.
Some of them got old and fat.
Maybe I should turn you down then. Hold on. How's that?
Let me see. That's better.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try as best I can on my end. I have a Bluetooth speaker hooked up to my phone, so that is Draco tonight.
That's okay, because I'm here tonight.
So, Draco, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for music?
Good question. Well, I started out when I was a teenager. I was playing bongos, and then I went to congas, and then I learned how to play the drums. And I played in a lot of different bands, different kinds of styles of music and whatnot. But here lately, I'm doing the Christian metal thing, and I put all my music together on my computer, and I try to throw in every element that I enjoy in there. And matter of fact, my friend John's listening right now. He could tell you some of the stuff that I put into the songs you wouldn't think would go there, but for some reason it works.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And where can we find your music at?
Oh, lots of different things.
Good.
Let's see. I listened to a lot of NWA and LL Cool J and stuff like that when I was growing up. But I also listened to a lot of the hair bands, you know, like Rat and Quiet Riot. And then somewhere along the line, I discovered Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer.
Yes.
And I basically anything at all that I'm musically eclectic anyway. So whenever I find something that I just like, I try to emulate that in some way. Because I listen to blues, a little jazz, and whatever, you know. So I take little pieces of everything and I put it together in a big clump, and then I lay it back out and I figure out how it's going to work. And then I just mix it down.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can hear all of that, all of those elements when I've heard some of your stuff and your live performances.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been there in person, but I've seen some of your live performances you've posted online. They're pretty rad.
Well, I'm glad somebody looked at it.
I watched it too. It was awesome. Would be
I
awesome.
appreciate that.
Oh, which one was that? I've seen a few, but I just watched one that, which festival was that at? Was it the most recent one you did in California, maybe?
Probably the one over at wait. No, yeah. Oh, the Feelin' Palooza, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one I watched too.
We try to do that every year. It started out. My buddy who owns the place, he didn't take his recycling in for about, I don't know, a year, maybe even longer, and he went in and he got all this money for it, and he's like, "What am I going to do with it now?" You know. So he decided. Oh, hold on. There we go. He decided to go ahead and just throw a party and have some of our musician friends come in, and he just called it Feelin' Palooza. And we missed like 1 year. This last one was number 6, and I've done all of them except the first one, and they always have me open up. It's really fun.
That's cool. That
That's
sounds
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can take and you can crash out in your car. You can bring a tent if you want. It's just like the party ends whenever everybody is gone, and not everybody's gone until like the afternoon the following day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's funny too. I was living up with my sister in Roseman for the last 4 years, and I got 4 shows in 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I came back down here to the Phelan El Mirage area, and I've played Froggies twice, Matina 66 a couple of times, a birthday party, Feelin' Palooza, and I got that thing down in Bellflower coming up on the 19th.
Oh, cool. That's right.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. Not looking forward to the traffic, though.
Oh, I'm sure the traffic is insane.
Yeah, I'd like to stay on the trucking routes, but getting down to Bellflower, I'm forced to use the freeway.
Where is Bellflower at?
It's in Cali, but I mean it's like kind of sort of down by the beach, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never been there, so I'm just gonna go down there and see what's what.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, a new adventure.
I know, right? I love adventures. This is so much fun.
Right on.
Yeah.
Drink.
So I managed to get a whole bunch of shows as soon as I got back out here, and it's like, how did that happen? God happened.
So where are you at right now?
I'm at the house right now.
Which is
Yeah, where's
It's
that?
basically El Mirage. I
what?
decided to do this in my car because
What state?
Stygian witches go to bed early, and we're gonna be talking for a while.
Yeah, like what state are you in right now?
Oh, I'm in California.
You
Okay.
are in California. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's Southern California. You know, let's see, I'm probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away from LA.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, what county?
What's that?
What county?
What county? Oh, San Bernardino.
I used to live in San Bernardino. I used to live in Rancho Cucamonga.
I played down there over at Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, I was in a band called Severed Artery at the time. I was playing drums.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough band, really. We did kind of like the Slipknot thing where everybody had like makeup or a mask or something.
Wow.
My buddy Sean had this paintball mask that he doctored all up, and he would have the girls put a whole bunch of braids in his hair. He looked almost like Predator with a guitar in his hand.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
Oh.
It was hard, and you were always like, when is this show going to end? It's only 45 minutes, but your legs and your arms are falling off, you know? I mean, it was hard stuff, man. It was really hard stuff.
What did you play?
Well, I was playing the drums, and we played all original material.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were a hardcore band, and we were very well received out here. I mean, we kicked so much tail, we kicked our own, you know? And in the beginning, it took 3 trucks to get to the show.
Holy cow.
Because, yeah, we had 2 guitar players, the bass player, singer, and my drum set, which I have a full rack for it.
Ooh.
And I had it set up as a 7-piece. And all the guys were running on full stacks. And it took a lot to load all that equipment, because then you got the pedal boards and cables and microphones and just, I mean, all kinds of stuff that we just had to load in there. And it took me about a year, maybe a year and a half, to convince everybody we didn't need full stacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it just looks better when you're running full stacks. It's totally unnecessary.
What's that?
Everybody wants to look
like
full stacks,
yeah.
But you know, it's really unnecessary.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we were playing clubs, we weren't playing arenas.
Whoa.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we were playing big stadiums, I'd be like, dude, you guys need 2 full stacks each.
Yeah.
And we would have roadies.
I don't know. One of my last shows, like the sound guy told my bass player and my guitar player that they had their amps so loud that they were ready to play in arenas. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I knew this band. I can't ever remember the name of it, but matter of fact, it was down at Goodfellas. They were on stage playing, and I think the guitarist was using a Fender tube amp, and I went in to check him out, you know, because that's, you know, you're at the show, you might as well do that. I opened up the door, and it about blew me over. It was so loud.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was ridiculously loud. I don't understand that.
Some places can get way too ridiculously loud.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. In fact,
I
the sound technicians that I've worked with that I think are the best turn bands down slightly, and everyone can hear it, and everyone wants to stay in the club and listen to it because it gets to a point it's so loud, it's just too loud for a small confined place.
Yeah,
Well, the reason why I call it mixing down instead of mixing up.
Yeah, mixing down, yeah.
I was in this band called Forever and Ever. It was just 3 guys, and we were playing all like 50s, 60s, and some 70s music. And the guy who was the bass player was also the singer, and he was in control of not only the PA head, but he was also in charge of his own bass. So I would start out in this little club with my dowel rods, okay, so I wouldn't be real loud. And he'd be like, "Oh man, I can't hear my bass," and he'd turn it up like that. And then he's like, after 2 more songs, "Oh, I can't hear my vocals," and he'd go, you know. And before the night was out, it was really loud.
Oh my.
Yeah, I had to put I had to get my regular sticks, because by that time he was so loud the guitar players turned up, and then we're all just and then people are leaving because they can't hear.
Oh my gosh,
that's what happened to band practice here when Nocturnal Mayhem was playing at the house. Everybody kept turning up louder and louder and louder, and next thing they know, the cops are coming over. And
whoa, really?
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh, that's
so like now they're in need of a place to practice, and Anthony's like, "Well, you can practice here, but each of you have to throw Benjamin down, and at the end of the night, if no cops show up and give me a ticket, then I'll give it back to you. But like, other than that, like everybody has to pay up because I'm not going to pay for this ticket. You know, we never have
the amplifiers go to 11."
Yes.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just get a bigger amplifier? But these go up to 11.
Well, I'm just shocked because Crash is in the middle of nowhere. Like, the cops came because you guys were so loud. That's hilarious. I'm in a
that
happened.
So when Fatal Butterfly started practicing here, it was kind of like, well, are the cops gonna come? So I try to like not hit as hard, but I'm a drummer. I get into my music.
Right, yeah.
We're just jamming really hard. Like I can't help it. Like it's a good thing I don't have 5 A's or 5 B's because I would smash the crap. I hit so hard that I break my chains underneath my snare. That's how bad. That's how, yeah. I have to actually replace that pretty soon.
You know, I did a tutorial on that just recently. I haven't had to do it yet.
Well, I have a piccolo snare too, so my chains are smaller. So I'm just like,
oh my. That's fun.
Yeah. The joys of being a drummer. When I signed up to be a drummer, nobody told me I had to be part mechanic and part bodybuilder because, you know, you got to lug that crap around.
Yeah, you do.
My favorite thing is when you're loading your stuff into the club, right? And you got your kick drum in your hand, and you're going through the door, and somebody goes, "Oh, hey, man, let me help you with that." Clunk.
Yeah, because it's the lightest thing you have.
Yeah.
But people don't know that because
nobody wants to help you carry your cymbal bag or your bag.
Yeah, they do. I'm like, no, it's okay, it's cool.
Yeah, we get offered help all the time because we're females and guys always want to help the damsel in distress, whatever. And so that's what it feels like sometimes.
That nonsense about, females aren't as good musicians as men are. It's total nonsense.
Shit, I totally shocked my bandmates in IPK because I was playing a song that was pretty fast tempo and they were like, "Is that fast?" I was like, "No." And then I just started laying down some blast beats all of a sudden. They were like, "Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know I could do that either." So. That was my
Yeah, I
first.
didn't play double bass drum when I first started. It was something that I had to really work on to get going. The first set of double kickers I got, the left kicker had a delay in it, so that didn't help.
Oh.
But then I got some better pedals, and I just started doing like paradiddles with my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you to do that anyways.
You know, I mean, I'm not as fast as like the dude from Cannibal Corpse or anything, but people kept telling me how sick my feet were.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There.
It's so cool you're a drummer. So you
Yeah,
said drums.
that is way cool.
Did you say you also played other instruments too, Draco?
Yeah.
There goes my camera
I dabbled around a little bit with the keyboard. That's how I did. How I recorded my first album.
Okay.
I did everything on the keyboard. Now, if you listen, I got a few songs, but one song is called "One True God," and it sounds like it's so heavy. I mean, it's like heavy driven guitar.
I've heard that one. Yeah.
But it's actually keyboard.
Really?
Get the heck out of here.
I have a guitar, an electric guitar sound on it, on the keyboard itself, and I layered it with a bass sound.
Wow.
And it really gave it that feeling like you were like down all the way at drop B or something. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
And it just gave it that really, really heavy sound. So I did 2 tracks for the guitars. I did one on each side, and then I split them so that it was left and right. And then what I did was I took and I put that lead over top of it, way, way up high. And that's actually the only lead I've ever written.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not much of a keyboard player, and
Okay.
I'm not a guitar player. So I've never really had to write a lead before.
Oh, right.
So I just sat there and I figured it out. Used pitch bending and the whole shebang.
Wow, good for you. That's amazing.
It's nice. It's awesome when you can figure out how to do it and people leave you alone.
That's a lot of talent, dude. Good job. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I actually really prefer, as far as playing anything anymore, I prefer playing my hand percussion. I'm reformatting a setup right now. With my djembe, my kunda. Let's see what else. I have finally got me a bongo stand, so that's in there.
Oh my gosh,
rat
that's nice
chime.
to have.
Let's see.
Right on.
One cymbal and my bodhran. And if you don't know what that is, it's an Irish drum.
Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of,
And a timbale. I forgot about the.
I like timbales. We should go. There's a drinking game, Draco.
Oh, who?
A drinking game.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so anytime you hear the word wicked, as in wicked awesome, or the word right on, you drink, and then you get to pick a word. So anytime anybody says that word, we drink. So
I don't do drinking.
Well, and it's any kind of drink.
It's any kind of drink. It could be orange juice. It could be soda, tea, coffee, water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So at the beginning of the show, we introduce it and we say it can be anything like tea, lemonade, coffee, etc. It doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage, and we definitely don't condone anyone drinking underage.
Absolutely.
Unless it is non-alcoholic, of course.
Right.
Well, you got to drink something. I mean,
exactly. Got to stay hydrated.
Gatorade or Pediasure or like I don't know, whatever you're into. It could be pudding. I don't know what people like. It could be eggnog. It could be blueberry juice.
Okay.
We don't discriminate.
I don't have a word for you. I have a phrase.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
It's desert drag.
Okay.
Desert drag.
Yeah, DREG.
Desert dreg.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
You know what that is, right?
No, please tell us what that is.
A desert drag is anybody who is either born or lived over 15 years in the desert.
Oh.
Which is different.
Oh.
Different than a desert rat, though.
Okay.
A desert rat is more like a tweaker.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
And we all know how
Happy Desert's just like right there, right?
Oh, they're everywhere,
the
Draco.
big thing out here in the desert, though, was anytime somebody's house caught on fire or a trailer blew up, we're like, oh, there goes another meth lab.
Yeah, I heard that. Like where I lived in Rancho Cucamonga, like that's kind of a ritzy part of, I guess Southern California-ish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like I was 2 blocks away from the damn mall, so and everyone's gated communities, and so yeah. We didn't really have very many tweakers out in Rancho Cucamonga.
Huh.
I hate those. I hate that drug scene.
I bet. Scary stuff, man.
Well, we moved out here partially to get away from the gangs and the drugs.
Oh, okay.
And we were living in El Mirage right here, and oh my God, we moved into the cooking capital of the world.
Really?
Oh.
Sorry.
It was like incredibly ridiculous.
Oh my. Because it's so isolated, or how come?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous out here. I mean, people would just plant a trailer somewhere and start cooking.
Oh, it seems isolated urban areas that really get hit with the drug abuse because they claim there's, not a lot to do, and it's easy to get away with when there's not a lot of people.
Yeah, like I lived in a gated apartment community, so it was a little different, Like I'm pretty sure nobody was cooking meth in there.
Oh, probably not. No, and if they were, they would have definitely gotten kicked out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they couldn't afford the rent there.
Wow.
Yeah. When I lived in Sylmar, we had there were like condos, and we had 2 of them got raided in the same day. There was one 2 doors down from us this way and a couple doors down that way.
Whoa.
And they just arrested these people and then brought in a rollaway and just started unloading everything that they owned in those houses and threw it all out.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. They don't mess around in California.
I'm telling you.
Like weed is okay, but like that's just like it.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I don't know.
Holy cow.
I wasn't in the drug scene, so I have no idea.
So Draco, you mentioned desert drag. Are you a desert drag? Have you been in the desert for over 15 years?
Oh God, that's 2 drinks. Yeah.
I've been out here for over 20 years.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we moved out here I think like late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Oh cool.
And I've been digging in the sand ever since.
And has it been inspirational to your music? To live somewhere like that?
You know what? I've actually written a few songs that had to do something about the desert.
I wondered. Huh. Very cool.
Yeah, I try to throw in something here or there in some songs that has something to do with the desert. But anymore, it has more to do with the Israelites being stuck in the desert for 40 years.
Oh.
I get the reference. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting because they really didn't have that much farther to go when they got out there. They left Egypt, and God put them in a spot in the desert, where you could, if you walked a little ways, probably like 10 or 20 miles, you could see the river that you'd have to cross to the promised land.
Uh-huh.
But God didn't let them go because they had to get right before they could go to the promised land. And all they did was complain. They're like, oh, God, we need bread. So he sent bread. And they got sick of the bread. And they said, God, we need meat. So he brought meat. And then there was so much of it, they couldn't eat it all. Then they complained about that. Their clothes never wore out, and their shoes never wore out. And still they complained.
Wow. Sounds familiar.
Right?
Sounds like modern society.
So the idea is like whenever you hear somebody say anything along the lines of, you know, are you still wandering in the desert? It means that you haven't gotten right with God to where you can go cross the stream into the promised land. That's what that's about.
Huh?
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. Wow. There's a lot of different layers to that. Wow. So that's
a lot of different layers.
That's what your new song or your new project is based on.
Well, the thing is I usually put little bits of different things in all of my songs.
Yeah.
You know, because like spiritual warfare is like you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're telling yourself you need to get right. Okay.
Oh.
And there'll be like little bits and pieces of different concepts in the Bible in that song. Well, as a matter of fact, the desert thing kind of touches base a little bit in the Jesus victory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it says, set me free, Lord, I can no longer take this. You know, in other words, I'm still stuck in the desert. I need out.
Uh-huh.
You know, my favorite subject matter, though, is the end of the world.
Ah, yeah, I can gather that from you. Yep.
Yeah, I got a few songs about that. I'm trying to figure out a way to layer them all together so they're in the right order and according to Revelation. And
that is my favorite book, which I know it sounds really weird, but like a lot of stuff goes down in Revelation.
Yeah, there's
a lot of stuff goes down in the Revelation.
A lot of imagery there. Lots.
Well,
yeah.
So
there's, you know what, it's an interesting book to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go, oh man, I don't read that. That book scares me. Well,
that's my favorite.
The first part of it is letters to the different churches, rebuking them for what they're doing wrong and praising them for what they're doing right.
Right.
And then it gets in. Obviously, it gets pretty intense. But there's even a couple of promises in that book. Behold, I stand at the door and knock, and if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in and sup with him, and he with me. And what that means is you're accepting Christ into your life. And that comes with your salvation, and you get to leave the desert.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, really cool, Draco. Speaking of projects, it sounds like, this is an ongoing project for you. How many albums or songs or singles do you have out there?
I have 2 albums. The first one is One True God. That one I kind of put out on my own. And then I have Spiritual Warfare, which came out on Christian Underground Records.
That's so
it's
awesome.
A subsidiary of A Vision of God Records. And I have 12 or 13 new songs that I've got. And I'm gotta finish putting the words on them. Everything's written, but they're basically done.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. That's gotta feel.
Yeah, it's going
good.
a little bit harder on this album, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like to scream.
What are some things that you do to prepare your voice for the screaming?
it's kind of interesting. I listen to a lot of Irish music,
Oh, okay.
and I like to sing along with that stuff because it's just fun,
Yeah, that is
and this is
fun.
a good way to kind of warm up. You know, like and it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more.
That sounds
Will I
good.
play the wild rover? No, never, no more.
Nicely done.
And then what I do is I actually practice to Metallica's Black album a lot
Oh, what a good
because
album.
it's right in my range.
Oh, okay. Very
You know.
cool. Yeah.
I practice to Pussifer.
And
That's in my vocal range.
is it?
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah. I like usually what I go after as far as that goes is like Through the Never.
Oh, that's a good song. I love that song.
Yeah, I love that song. It's just bad. And as I warm up, I can some of Megadeth I can handle, but a lot of it I can't. It's just like
Yeah, a little too high up there, maybe. Too high a notes.
Well, yeah, because Dave Mustaine has got a crazy range.
Yeah, he does.
You know, like and like in the if you were doing something like 502, you know, I can hit most of that, but then he gets higher and higher in some parts, and I just can't reach it.
Yeah.
Sweating Bullets, that song's easy. You know, all you got to do is kind of get a little guttural with that. You know, hello me, meet the real me.
That's probably why a lot of people really like that song too. It's catchy and they can sing along to it easily. Maybe.
Yeah. Symphony of Destruction is definitely like my favorite Megadeth song of all freaking time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, heck yeah, man. That's a bad song.
It is.
I love that song.
It's well written. Yeah. Yeah.
And Dave Mustaine still looks the same. He's just old.
Well, poor guy too. Like one of our first shows, I covered music news that he had to have surgery on his throat because of throat cancer. So I've been meaning to look that up. I know that having the surgery, he had to postpone his tour, postpone his cruise, and postpone an album that they're working on, but hoping that he recovers quickly from surgery and can get right back on the project as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I read an article about it.
Yeah.
And he's working with his family, his doctors and everything, and trying to get that all squared away. I mean, having him lose his voice would be about as bad as Bruce Dickinson losing his.
Oh, I know, right? That would be so sad.
It is so sad when amazing vocalists do lose their voices or have to have any type of injuries to their vocal cords that require treatment of any kind.
Didn't something happen to Julie Andrews that she ended up her voice changing after some throat thing?
Oh, I'm sure.
And she's no longer able to have her beautiful Sound of Music voice ever again, ever.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, that sucks.
That does.
Yeah. I wish I could remember this woman's name. Who sang "Where the Boys Are"?
Where the boys are. Oh, geez.
Yeah, where the boys are. They mention it in the movie The Craft. The gal's got a whole jukebox with nothing but her music on.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, jeez.
I can't think of her name.
I'm gonna Google it.
I was gonna say, let's Google that. Let's
Where the Boys Are.
Where the boys are. Yep. Yep.
Okay, well, first we'll have to go here.
I Googled her too. Her life is tragic, man.
Oh my gosh.
She's the reason why they don't have glass sliding doors to go out to the pool in the hotels anymore. Because she got attacked.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was staying at a hotel. A guy attacked her, and when he was done with her, he flipped the bed over top of her and left.
Oh my gosh, that poor woman. Oh, the things that some people have to
Yeah.
go through. Jeez.
Connie Francis?
Yes, Connie Francis.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Crash. Thank you, Google.
You are welcome. Thank you, Google. It looks a little.
I have this DVD. It was a concert that was put on PBS in Pittsburgh called Red, White, and Rock. And Connie Francis did one of the last performances on this thing. She was in her mid-70s.
Wow.
And she was a little shaky at first because that's the song she was singing, you know, Where the Boys Are. But when she got about 2/3 of the way through the song, she hit that high note and she got a standing ovation and sent chills down my spine.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I know, right?
I always love it when music like gives you shivers, because that's when you know it's like good music.
Yeah, it gives you goosebumps. You know,
Yes.
it's moving you.
That's actually recently been happening in band practices. So
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, so I'm pretty digging it.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile.
When you're feeling it while you are playing, that's the best.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
There was a couple of times in church when I was playing the drums. I can't remember what song it was exactly, but it came out so good.
Oh.
It was just completely undeniable because it was a slow song, and one of my friends was singing lead on it, and the pastor and his wife are doing backups, and I managed to get my dynamics on that set down that particular day so nicely with, you know, you hit a little hard, then you hit a little soft, and then you do a little roll here, and then you hit the chimes, and you ride up on the cymbal. It was so awesome that it gave me chills. I was like, wow, dude, it's insanity.
That's so cool.
I love that. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite part.
When everything just falls into place and it feels like almost an out-of-body experience with your instrument.
It is.
Yeah.
See, I like to sit, and my favorite drum right now is my Irish drum. And lately I've just been sitting it on my lap and just kind of drumming on it. And I always start with like a, and I always end up with a really fast rhythm.
Sweet.
And I get so focused into it, I completely get lost. To where nothing else in the world matters. There's nothing else exists but my hands and the drum.
That's cool.
You know, it's kind of like when I'm looking into my lady's eyes, you know, I just drown in it.
Aw, that's so sweet.
But yeah, you commune with your instrument.
Yeah, you do. You
know
definitely
what I mean?
do. Yeah.
You know,
and when you don't, you
feel
it. You feel a disconnect when you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely do, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and nobody can take that away from you.
No, they cannot.
You know, it's just like it's like someone trying to take God away from you. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you know, you can run away from your instrument, but your instrument's always going to be there for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, it looks like we've lost Crash completely. I'm not quite sure why. But we'll keep rolling, okay, Draco? I'm sure she'll connect again.
Yeah, I may have to take a break here for a few minutes because my phone is draining power.
That is totally fine. While you take a break, I will go over some of our neck of the woods, what to expect for shows and upcoming events and upcoming oh, Tony's calling me now.
All right, I'll call you back in a spell.
Perfect. Talk to you soon. Tony. Crash, can you hear me?
Well, internet reset on my end, so we lost connection.
That's okay. Draco went to go charge his phone, and I'm going to go over some of our neck of the woods.
Okay, are you still able to go?
Yep, I'm still on. I'm still live.
Okay, well, maybe I will. Oh, yeah, I have to wait for my internet. But yeah, continue to do it, and I will hopefully try to get on.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay. I got this.
Okay, good.
All right. Now, for some our neck of the woods, while we have Draco charge his phone and Tony reconnect to her internet, I will highlight some of the things that are going on in our area. What's in our neck of the woods? It's a very busy weekend coming up, everybody, so get out there and see some of your favorite local artists. Friday, July 12th, at the Urban Unglued Dark in the Park, we have Mystery Soda. They will be playing with other artists, and that starts at 4 p.m. The festival is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's in Pacific, Washington. Also on Friday, we have Chad Sue at the South Bay Pub and Eatery in Olympia, Washington. Then Chad is at Zog's on Fox Island that Saturday, July 13th. So if you're into really smooth acoustics with some awesome layering, check out Chad Sue. I got to meet Chad at the Anchor Pub when we did the benefit, and he was totally amazing. So hi, Chad, if you're listening. It's good to have you viewing. All right, Saturday, we have Hard Circus and Vicious Kitty at O'Malley's Irish Pub in Tacoma, Washington. That show starts at 9 p.m. Also at O'Malley's, July 14th, that's this coming Sunday, our friends Sirens Rain, Shady Day, Sin Circus, Stony Evergreen, and Travelers. All shows are free. Those are all at O'Malley's. On Saturday, Adam Essner will be playing solo acoustic at the Byron Corner Cafe and Bakery in Seattle. The show starts at 6 p.m. and it's till 9 p.m. It is all ages, and it is a free show. Essner describes his music to be the 60s and 70s groove. On Monday, July 15th, the Tanglers, the Mondays, and the Bitter Ex-Lovers will be at the Valley in Tacoma, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. If you're into some punk and some hard pop, please check out that show. It's pretty amazing. Look for solo electronic artist Nuda to release a new single called The Walking on August 27th. And don't forget to catch me and the rest of the Three Ring Circus Tour August 9th at Frankie's in Olympia, Washington. Headlining will be The Warning of Black Sabbath Tribute. And that's going to be the very first show that is on the Three Ring Circus Tour. We'll also be appearing on August 23rd at the Royal Bear in Olympia. So if you don't get to catch us on one of those dates, then you can catch us on the other date. So again, that's August 9th or August 23rd, both Fridays. I'm going to go into my messenger and find some other on our neck of the woods, because I do believe Debbie Blackout has a show coming up on July 13th. That's this Saturday. And I'm going to highlight that for you in just a moment when I find their flyer. So Deadbeat Blackout will be with Downglow and Fall to the Flames. Show starts at 9 p.m. and they're going to be at the 56th Street Liquor Saloon in Tacoma, Washington. On Friday, this Friday, July 12th, Hail the Pilot, the Strawberry Riots, Primary Pulse will be at the 56th Street Liquor Saloon from 9 p.m. 21 and up, and $5 at the door. All right, welcome back, Crash. That concludes my.
Thank you. And now I have some your neck of the woods also.
Awesome.
So just let me know.
Keep it rolling.
My, so how, because we have a lot of time friends. So July 13th, we have the shortcut Stewart's is the Homish. July 20th, from 12 to 9 in Ording City Park, the Ording Rock Festival. Limberlost, Baby and the Nobodies, Strangely Alright, Tuesday's Project, Cashing in Karma, Sovereign Citizen and the Nonprofits, Ragbone, Sweet Clarity, Steel Grit, Eddie Gillians and the Red Roosters are playing. July 12th at the 56th Street Saloon in Tacoma, Held a Pilot, the Stravinsky Riots, and Primary Pulse will be playing.
Okay.
El Corazon, July 20th. Apis Brothers, Carmine and Vinny are playing with guests, Ghosts of the Pacific, Zero Down, and Craig. Shout out to this Uncanny Earth, which you can find on speaker.com.
Nice.
July 12th at Amos's South End in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hope Falls Shorts CD release with Skin Cage, Annabelle Lee, and Winter's Gate. July 17th at the Vista Bar in Boise, Idaho. Potbelly and Legacy of Debauchery are kicking off their tour. And the end of their tour will be at Tony V's August 2nd, so you probably don't want to miss that show. August 19th at El Corazon, The Dickies, The Deception, Box Cutter, Ball Bag, and Millhouse are playing. July 12th, John Brown is playing Redlands, California at the Tierra Rado Golf Course. We have the Kennedales at the Emerald Downs Racetrack, and that's at Friday nights at the races. And we have, and that's July 12th. July 11th, we have Nate Cozzolino and the Lost Arts, Good Trees River Band, Kingston Throwdown, and White Rabbit playing at the Dusk in Rhode Island.
Wow.
I have more. I just have to find it.
I did the same thing on mine. I was like, wait, I gotta look more up.
I have so many of them. And we have, oh, that's another one. Okay, sorry. I have a lot of ones to go over. I have Adam Essner is playing at the Bryant Corner Cafe and Bakery in Seattle Saturday, July 13th from 6 to 9. And it's all ages, no cover. Did you get that one?
I might have already said that one. Which one was that?
D. Adam Essner.
No. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I think so. Yes.
Okay, that's my good friend Adam.
That's awesome.
And actually, fun fact, Adam used to be the guitar player for Fatal Butterfly.
Oh, okay. Now I'm making the connections. Okay.
So yes, that is. And here's another fun fact. Adam and I still jam once in a great while. He has recently been married. I was his best man at his wedding, which oddly enough, I've been more the best man that I have ever been maid of honor. It's crazy. That's actually kind of really weird. But his wife is from Japan, and I just absolutely adore her. She has a great singing voice, and I have this weird fascination with Japanese singing karaoke. So.
That's awesome.
Is that horrible? That's probably horrible, but
maybe not. I don't know.
Don't even get me started with midgets, or I'm sorry, little people. I want to be.
Max, do you want to come be on the show?
I'm not saying anything about that.
You probably should.
He keeps making noise in the kitchen. It picks up my side. So I'm going to.
That's okay because I'm good. Like that's it seemed like a lot when I was writing it down.
Yeah. Was
'Cause
that
I'm just
all
like,
of them?
there's so many. I believe so because I have a. Oh wait, no, there isn't. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I would feel okay. No, I'm sorry. There was this one, a good friend of mine too. Ken Flash Connell. He is playing Thursday, July 11th at the Round Eye, Shanghai.
Oh, we got Draco back.
Oh, good. The fucking
Draco,
Gaudis,
can you hear me?
the
Oh my God, I
Deceptives,
can see him.
and
There
Turkey
he is,
Waters
guys.
Airport.
There's Draco.
Oh my God! Yay! We have video of
We
Draco.
have a picture.
That's awesome. Yay! Welcome, Draco. Because somehow my camera decided it was going to start working all of them at.
Somehow my
all of a sudden.
Bluetooth doesn't want to pick up the sound on you. Hold on, give me a second.
Well, this will get me through. Like I still have some news.
I'm connected. Yeah, keep going through the news and I'll connect Draco.
Yeah, you can find my friend Ken Flash Connell at the Round Eye Shanghai, with the fucking Gaudis, the Deceptives, and the Shark Waters at the Airport Tavern. Friday on the July the 12th, 40 Ounces to Freedom, a Sublime tribute with Dirty Tribe at the Airport Lounge. Saturday the 13th is Lewd and Crude, a Motley Crue tribute with Antihero, which are some good friends of mine at Jazz Bones. And also that day, Method 13, Never Mind the Damage, and Drug of Choice is playing the Airport Tavern. Friday the 19th, Youth Brigade. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Youth Brigade was one. Oh, I have some of their.
Is the battery dying?
I have one of their CDs. Youth Brigade, Lower Class Brats, The Bridge City Sinners, and Ground Score are playing the Real Art in Tacoma. Also on the 17th, a free show, Hilltop Rats, Worthless, and the Scoffs at the Airport Tavern. August 2nd, Brass Monkeys, who obviously BC Boys, because of the funky monkey, with the Tip to Bass at Jazz Bones. On August 3rd, The Missionary Position, The Hula Bees, and Black Smoker at the Jazz Bones.
Those are some interesting.
The 9th is Sister Skynyrd, the world's only all-female Leonard Skynyrd experiences at the Jazz Bones. So maybe, Maxine, maybe one of us should try to be at that show. Do you have a show that day?
What's the date?
The August 9th.
I do have a show. That's my very first show with the Three Ring Circus.
Okay, well, maybe I'll try to be on location.
Okay.
And get the all-female, Sister Skynyrd at Jazz Bones. And then August 28th, the Verukers, Dreadful Children, 13 Scars, and Meat Beaters. Oh, and I'm friends with 13 Scars and the Box Cutter. Pacific Northwest is also playing at Jazz Bones. And then the 21st of September, now we're in September. I'm going to keep reminding everybody, but I just got to go over this. Poison Idea. Oh, Poison Idea. I love those guys. The Accused AD, which are some good friends of mine. Acid Teeth and Victims Panel at the Jazz Bones. So, and then, yeah, it looks like everybody else we have covered.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing your neck of the woods with us.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool. Oh,
And welcome back, Draco. Now that we're all reconnected after some, once again, mishaps.
You're on the big speaker now, Draco.
Oh no!
I don't know if my cord's long enough to show everybody Draco, but I have him on my screen, everybody. There he is.
Hi, Draco. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, this phone is still draining power.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong? Yeah, I'm like down to 2%.
Well, we've only got a few more questions for you if you can hang in there.
I will do my best.
So I had a question about your name specifically. So you use your name, Draco, as your band name. Is that an official name of yours? Is it your specific musician name? And what does it mean?
Draco was actually bestowed upon me by my old bandmate, and Draco is Latin for dragon.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and technically speaking, the band or the project title is Draconian Crombie.
That makes way more sense now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Draco Crombie.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
and
was wondering about that.
What's called a draconian law, and what that is, dang, it's on 0. We're still on. What that is there was a lawmaker in, I believe, Italy a couple of centuries back, and they had a lot of crime going on there. And what he did was he created this law that if you break the law, you die, and so does your family.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after a while, it was amazing. They quit having so much crime, and they eventually took it off the books. But we use it here. We use the term draconian law in the United States as any law that is where the punishment is way too harsh.
Oh, okay.
So the way I see it, and Crumby actually was the character that I created in the story I was writing.
Oh, cool.
And I just like the name. So the way I look at it is that the only real draconian law is you either follow Christ or you go to hell. It's pretty rough, but it's you get it.
Cut and dry, black and white.
Yep, that's what it is.
Did you have a story you wanted to share with everybody? Like, what is your most interesting story as a musician?
Oh, there's a few of them. Let me think. Excuse me. Okay. Here's one. When I was in Severed Artery, because we had so much equipment and everything, we used to sever the power whenever we would play. Mm-hmm. We would literally kill the power in the club. And we were playing over at Goodfellas one night, and we were playing this song called "Let's Mosh," and it got down to, it was kind of a funky song, but it got into this double bass drum where just right, and all of a sudden the guitars just disappeared, and so did the vocals. And I'm sitting there going,
all that's left is drums.
And everyone's like, yeah! They thought that was the way the song ended.
Drum solo.
and F2 drum solo, I love it.
Epic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all anybody could hear was the drums because all the power went out. We did that in like 3 or 4 different places. We just cut it, because we draw so much power, we blow the fuse break.
Wow, dude. That's a good story.
Should we talk about Drummer's Corner?
I'll tell you one that's not so funny. We played with a band one time, and they were late showing up, and they were going on before us, and they took their sweet time getting on stage and getting set up, and then they go to the bar, and it's like, dude, go on, because we had 2 shows that night.
Oh my.
Okay, we had to get all the way to the other end of the desert for the second one. And my guitar player went over there to the sound guy and goes, dude, you've got to get these guys off here. I got to get my band to another gig. And he cut them off.
Whoa.
And they were pissed. They were pissed. And but it was their own fault,
Yeah.
And
that happens quite a bit. Yeah. You got to play your set and then you got to get off stage.
Yeah.
Welcome to El Corazon.
Yeah.
So the next time they found out that Monster Productions wanted to wanted them to do a show with us. The singer was like, "Oh yeah, heck yeah." And the dude came up to me and gave me this big hug. He goes, "Yeah, man, when they asked you, you want to play with Seven Rider again?" We're like, "Yeah, man." He gave me this big hug.
Aw.
Well, we went on stage. We got into song number, well, the first song, great mosh pit. Second
Sweet.
song, got even crazier. By the third song, people were throwing elbows.
Whoa.
Okay, and it turned into this great big brawl because this guy was pissed because we kicked his band off the stage at the last gig we did. He was literally stocking people up, and we had to stop. Okay, and the whole place erupted in this great big fight. They managed to get everybody out. One of my friends fell on the ground and had a gash from a glass that was broken.
Oh no!
Cut all the way across his hand.
See, we don't put up with that in Seattle, like ever.
Was being throttled against my bass drum head, the outside head.
Whoa.
And his face started turning purple. I mean, this was a big dude. He was a security guard. He had his thumb in his larynx with all his weight.
Oh, yikes.
And I looked over my drum set and I'm like, whoa. And then his tongue kind of popped out of his mouth. I'm like, this guy's going to die.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
People were breaking glass over the back of the bouncer's head until he passed out or got knocked out.
Wow.
And then they got the fight outside. Oh, and one of my guitar players was standing up there, and this gal comes over, and she goes, grabs his microphone and goes, "Come on, guys, this is like."
Uh-oh.
Sounds like we might have lost Draco.
Oh, he's back. He's at 0%, people, so we might lose Draco. He's back, though.
Okay. What was the last thing you heard?
The bounce. People were smashing bottles over the bouncers' heads.
Yep, smashing bottles over the bouncer's head and thumbs in the throat.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, during this time, some gal tried to take my guitar player's microphone.
Oh.
And
what?
She started running off with it. She started running off with it, and he held the XLR cable like real lightly in his hand and let it see through until she got just far enough. He grabbed it and then he pulled back, and the chick fell backwards and slid under a table.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy! Yeah.
And then the whole flight went outside, and we're like, okay, let's play something a little bit more mellow.
Whoa!
And we started playing again. The fight came back inside, and then we got shut down.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I went out for a smoke, and the cops had showed up.
Yeah. There
had been like 9 or 12 little brawls outside, and there was a bunch of people zip-tied out there.
Holy cow! That's insane, dude.
Tell me, I lived it.
So that wasn't for Christian metal, right?
No, that was just regular old-fashioned hardcore.
Okay, I just had
yeah.
Okay.
No, we had songs. We had songs like "Cemetery Dead" and stuff like that. That's correct. But yeah, no, we were. It was a tight band, and I really hated leaving Severed Artery, but at that time my marriage was strained. And it was either the band or my wife.
Yep.
My wife was sick too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with chronic pancreatitis.
Oh my.
And it eventually got the better of her, and it turned out to be stage 4 cancer.
Oh shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It's been I think 4 years and 12 or 13 days. No, 2 months and 12 or 13 days.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Draco.
Sorry, Draco. I don't know if you can hear Tony when she talks. because my speaker on my phone isn't that great, but she says she's really sorry too. In fact, Crash is a survivor of cancer herself. She went into remission just a few months ago.
I had osteogenic sarcoma. So, which is a very rare cancer.
Yeah, she had a really rare cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cancer's rough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when my wife was first diagnosed with pancreatitis, they told her that typically people only live about 7 years.
Oh, geez.
That woman made it 14 years.
Oh my goodness, good for her.
Yeah, good job, girl.
That woman was my freaking hero. She could be in so much pain and still have a smile on her face.
Oh my gosh, what an inspirational person.
And that's the one thing I could say during my whole entire treatment. I never took anything more hardcore than like ibuprofen or Relief.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have some herbal help, but I don't really that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had to use morphine patches along with the what are they? The Vicodin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes that didn't work, so she'd land in the hospital and they'd have to give her 2 mils of Dilantin every 4 hours.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Funny thing is, when I met her, I was at the bar, and I was what was the song? One Scotch, one bourbon, one beer was playing, and I started on the bar. And she's like, no, not the drums. I used to play the drums. And I thought, she did not just say that to me.
She used to play the drums?
When she was in high school.
That's
oh my
awesome.
gosh, she just got so much better. Yeah.
Yes, she played in band and the symphony. She was the only girl drummer.
Oh, that is so cool.
Awesome.
Oh yes.
We like female drummers.
She lost it over the years, but it's all good.
Yeah.
But we were, we stayed together ever since, And I remember thinking to myself when I found out that she had that problem. For one split second, I thought, well, shit, I don't know if I can handle this. And then I thought, well, who the hell's going to take care of her?
Yeah.
So I dug in.
Good for you.
And
some people can't do that. Some people can't handle it. So good for you. Yeah.
She taught me a lot of things.
Yeah.
She taught me what true love is. She taught me how to be a more responsible adult.
Aww.
And she also taught me how to functionally be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, not everybody's taught that. You have to learn that, Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
We were together for about, let's see. Oh, I can't even think. Let me think. We met in 2001.
Okay.
And say she passed away in 2015, so 14 years.
Oh, she passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
So sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, Draco.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a long time
to
be with someone, and what a beautiful spirit that you were able to connect with for that time in your life. That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She sounds like she was an amazing person.
Yeah, she was awesome. Oh, and she taught me how to cook too.
Ooh.
I can fry chicken with the best of you.
That's great. Southern girl.
So, but after that, I tried going out with a gal here or there, and they were all psychopaths, and they didn't know how to connect.
Gosh, it would be really hard after someone that's, she was an angel. That would be hard to follow. Hard to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, she was my Valkyrie. Like I recently found someone that has kind of has very much so filled my void, and so that's all. I've been floating for a few weeks.
Ooh, that's nice.
I know. Let's talk about music now. I don't want to talk about
my girly girl came out. I was like, oh.
I know, right?
Yeah. No, we're not talking about that. Let's talk about Cannibal Corpse now.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do.
Like the drummer for Cannibal Corpse he's sick on those drums. I mean, he's like Igor Cavalera.
Yeah.
Just absolutely sick. You know.
Agreed.
With them, I kind of pick and choose my battles anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Like I do with Slayer. I mean, I grew up in high school listening to Slayer and stuff, and yeah, I can't do all the anti-God stuff anymore. But every once in a while, it's kind of nice to listen to a song that's just vengeful. Not hateful, just vengeful.
Vengeful and heavy. Just heavy. You know, like I can get down with any music that has a heavy beat to it. You know, I really like the heavy rock. It's what I'm passionate about.
Me too.
Yeah, one of the things I like about bands like Slayer and all that stuff is they do, when I'm angry, I can just put that on and they do all the screaming for me and I don't have to punch holes in the wall.
That's how I feel about Devil Driver. They're my favorite. Like, anytime I'm aggravated or irritated, like sometimes I just put them on, and by the end of like a couple songs, I'm like, okay, I feel better now. Thank you.
Right? Yeah, my two most favorite driving songs is okay, I know what it is. Sharp Dressed Man.
Oh, that's a good
and
song.
And You Dropped a Bomb on Me.
Nice.
ZZ Top had to be in there because of your epic beard. So those of you who can't see Draco, he does have a pretty epic beard. So check him out and check out his music. You won't be disappointed with either.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yes. What's it like having a beard in the desert, though? Like, that's got to be some commitment.
Well, actually, it doesn't bother me one way or the other. People used to ask me, how can you have long hair out here when it's so hot? And I'm like, well, let me explain something to you. Apparently, you're not Desert Drag, all right? What you do is you dunk your hair in cold water, and then you pull it back into a tail, and your hair stays wet longer.
It's like a natural cooler.
Sun, duh. My head's cooler than anybody else's.
That raises a good point.
When it gets a little out of hand and it's a little too hot, repeat the process. Easy.
When I lived in Hawaii and it got too hot, which was pretty much all year round, what you do is you get up, it doesn't matter when. We used to have, my dad and I, we used to have sheets that we would switch out in the freezer. And so, just get a nice cold sheet from the freezer. And, but you also put water on your skin and then stand out on the lanai. And even the breeze would kind of cool you down. If your skin's wet, it cools you down faster. And then you just go crawl in your ice cold bed.
Well, that was nice you had a lanai. Like, that helps too.
It was like maybe 2 feet wide. It was tiny. So it was 6 feet long, but it was only 2 feet wide. So it was enough to like open the door and like stand out barely. But like, yeah, you're not hanging out in your lanai. You're not gonna sit down and like have a drink. Like, you're like, I just need to cool off for a minute. Oh my God.
I just love that.
There's no AC like in the residential areas. That's
gosh, seriously?
Yeah, that's only for rich folks and for hotels.
Oh wow.
Like, everyone else just suffers.
Well, when you live out here in this place,
Greg, I have.
I found an interesting trick with the swamp cooler. What you do is you take some, depending on the size of your cooler and your reservoir, what you do is you take some bottles and you fill them almost all the way to the top with water, like your drinking water or maybe a soda bottle or a 2 liter, whatever. And you fill it most of the way up, put a cap on it, stick it in the deep freeze. And then when it gets overly hot, like we're in like 100 and stupid out here, you take that bottle out and you crack the lid off of it, you put it in the reservoir of your swamp cooler and put the sides back on. And then what it does is it slowly melts. Now you got ice cold water in your reservoir. And when it blows through the pads, or when it's not through the pads, but you know what I mean, when it blows through, it's like 32 degrees. And it chills everything down real fast.
Wow.
Yeah, there's little tricks to doing things.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere in California has air conditioning, like everywhere.
Well, and I'm sure like the longer you live there, the more tricks that you come up with, or that you learn from others.
Yeah, but they're not the kind of tricks that you find in LA.
I want to say
I go there.
That was good. What has the weather been like where you're at lately? Like, what's going on?
Super hot.
It's been, well, everybody else says it's super hot. I don't think so. I mean, we're like upper 90s, 110.
Okay.
That's not really hot to me. You know, but last month it was like really, really humid. And I can't handle humidity, but it's been a dry heat.
Yeah.
It's been a dry heat lately, so I go out and walk my dog and look around, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's so hot. I'm like, it is.
No.
I don't feel the heat the way everybody else does. Now, there was a few years that I couldn't do it because I had got heat exhaustion one day. I couldn't work out in the heat for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh my!
But, I managed to get through it, so yeah, I'm good now.
That's good.
Yeah, so.
Glad you got through
and
it.
The wind out here sucks.
Oh,
actually it blows, but same
Oh,
difference.
the Santa Anas? The Santa Anas are crazy.
Yeah.
It wrecked the whole entire town of Fontana.
for real? How intense are the winds, you guys? Like, seriously.
They're like 150 miles. I don't know.
They feel like 150 miles an hour.
That's all I know. Enough to tear like palm trees down and stuff like that.
That's like hurricane force wind.
Pretty much. And it's like a couple weeks in the winter, like every day winds like that. It's crazy. But it blows out all the smog out of LA and stuff. So
that's got to be nice for them. I mean,
it happens once a year. So you really need that to happen. Like the better the Santa Ana, or the worse the Santa Ana winds, the better for LA.
But the worse for everybody else.
Yes, because it just wrecks towns. Like it's insane. I didn't think like California could get as bad as it did. Like I love that every day was sunny. Even in the winter, it's like 75 degrees, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta get a sweater.
Is there a certain season that the Santa Ana winds come through?
Yeah, it's winter time.
Oh, it's winter. The winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just it's a couple of weeks in the winter, and then I don't know. It rains a couple of days, and then everything's fine.
Wow.
California's awesome. I love that place.
I love the summer rains out there.
Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh, I've never experienced
over
something like that. I bet it's cool.
It has to be over 100. Has to be over 100 degrees though.
Then you get thunderstorms.
Do you get thunderstorms there?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, thunder, lightning, big heavy rain. It's awesome. I've actually recorded some of the thunder.
Oh my gosh, how cool. Oh gosh, that sounds so awesome.
That'd be really cool for like a video, like a music video.
Ah.
All those like videos of the lightning and stuff. That you have, Drago?
I'm
Yep,
sorry. What was
I
that?
still have him.
I was like, the thunder or the lightning storms would be cool for a music video.
Yeah, it definitely would be. I got some of it on audio, and I actually put it into but I think it was what's it called? I know what it's called. Times of Tribulation. The thunder that you hear in the beginning of that song is all real thunder that I recorded.
Took Buddy away.
My poor dog has allergies and he just keeps licking himself, and I didn't realize he was on film.
I love watching him. I'm like, oh,
Draco, you said that you had a doggy. What kind of doggy do you have?
Oh, I've got a long-haired Chihuahua.
Oh my gosh!
And
Again in the desert. So you guys are two peas in a pod.
just hanging out in ice water showers, pulling their hair back in ponies. Love it.
and she's my little girl.
Aww.
I've had her for about 5 years, and she kind of looks like a miniature white Akita because her tail isn't straight; it kind of curls in.
Ooh.
Oh, she sounds adorable.
Oh,
I want a little Shiba Inu.
What's that?
I want a little Shiba Inu. They're like little foxes with curly tails, though, instead of straight ones. But they look just like a little fox. They're a little tiny thing. Shiba Inu.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't want to get another Chihuahua, but it was given to us, and yeah. And yeah.
Well, you know it's meant to be. When they find you like that, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I like to give her snacks in the afternoon, and she actually will dance for me on her honey legs.
Oh, so cute.
I know, she is. I actually made a video called Snacky Time, and put some dubstep music to it and everything, and loaded it up on Facebook.
That's great. Oh my gosh, I want to look that up. Snacky time?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I call it. And then she doesn't drink a lot of water. She prefers to eat ice cubes.
Oh, right. Yeah. In the desert environment, I'm sure she really likes the ice cubes. That makes sense. I've had dogs that really like the ice cubes. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had a Chihuahua before that, and she was a lot smaller. She was probably from neck to tail, she was probably only 8 inches.
Oh my goodness, tiny little girl.
That is tiny. Was she like a teacup?
What's that?
What was
that? Was she a teacup?
I think so, yeah.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
She tricked me out, man, because she would hunt feathers.
Feathers?
She actually treated them like they were a live animal. And she'd go around and she'd bark and then dig, and then she'd grab it with her mouth and then spit it out and then bark, and it's absolutely crazy.
Oh, it's so cute. That is cute. I love how dogs and other fur babies have their own little quirks like that. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we would give her a snack, she would take it and run through the corner of the room and then come back for her other one. And then when I got this other one, she taught her the same thing. So I would give them both snacks at the same time, and one dog would go to that corner, the other dog would go to the other corner.
Oh my
was
gosh, that is weird. I love it.
And then the older of the two was teaching the younger one, the puppy, the one that I still have, how to herd the cat.
Poor cat.
This poor cat, he had a chihuahua on both sides, and he's trying to run away from him. And they're like on either side of him, and he would like jump to get away from them. But by the time he landed, they'd catch up. He had to jump on the bed to get away from them. Crazy.
That is crazy. Well, thank you so much for sharing about your fur babies. I have that listed as one of the segments because if I hear anyone talk about their pets, I like to hear a little bit about them because I've noticed that a lot of musicians have fur babies. They have their pets. So
yeah, I'm really missing my fur baby a lot lately.
Yeah.
But my next fur baby will come.
Yes.
I have a surrogate.
And they will find you too, just like Draco was talking about this Chihuahua that he has, you know, like sometimes the animal finds you.
Right. And I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for the right time. I may not be ready just quite yet. So
well, Draco, we have about 10 more minutes left. Is there anything you want to plug about future shows, events, or goals that you have as a musician?
Good question. I always hate that because it's like putting me on the spot.
Oh, you're doing really well. Don't
you're
feel
doing so well.
You're going at like 0% on your phone. This is amazing. We're making it. Let's do
I actually managed to make it to 1.
Ooh.
Ooh, a 1%.
The world.
Look out.
Yeah. Well, my main objectives are, one, to have fun with what I do. I mean, that's hands down for any musician.
Perfect.
But if I can play some shows and deliver a message and have it land on one person's heart, I've done my job. You know?
Nice.
Oh.
I like that.
And it's really interesting too because a lot of the shows I've been playing recently, it's funny when I get done, I usually get about 1 to 5 minutes before anybody even talks to me. You know, when I get off stage, and I get this. I've been getting this a lot lately. Like, you know, they trip on the fact that I put all this music together myself. They trip on the fact that they never realize that you can talk about God in that medium.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And if, you know, you think of a lot of people. You know, you think of people going to bars and clubs and stuff. You're not thinking about people who believe in God or followers of Christ. You know what I mean? You're not thinking that people like that are there, but they may be, you know, having a few drinks and having a good time, but they also may still be believers.
Exactly.
And sometimes, you know, even Christ, he didn't go to the synagogue all the time to preach. He went into the houses of the sinners.
Exactly.
He went into into
right
of iniquity. You know, that's where he had to go. So that's where he went.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I feel that I need to do is, you know, I played a few outreaches and church functions, but it's received well, but it's not received as well. But on the other hand, it's like, you know what? I need to go into the bars and into the clubs and all these places where people are completely lost.
Yeah.
And bring a little bit of the Word of God into it and do it in a medium that I like, but a medium that they like as well. Because the first and foremost thing is like any show, really. Your very first song has to capture their attention, because if you don't, you lost your audience.
It's true. Yeah.
You know, and you have to have your audience, but it's been a real true blessing for me to be able to go and do clubs, bars, and birthday parties and stuff, and have somebody go, bro, props, you just brought Christ into this whole situation. You know.
Very cool, Draco.
So
That is very cool.
It sounds like you have a lot of passion for what you do, and I really respect that. That's so cool.
Big time.
I really do have a lot of passion.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Keep doing what you do. Spreading the word and whatnot.
And we will help promote you and help spread your word too, because that's what we're all about here on Musicians Hangout, is helping other musicians, indie musicians, get out there and get discovered by their fan base.
Exactly.
I appreciate you guys. I really do.
Yeah. We appreciate you too.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going to be wrapping up.
Sounds like we're going to wrap up, Draco. So thank you so much for connecting with us and getting through all the technical difficulties with us and being a good sport about it. You're awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much, Draco.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, I've been through technical difficulties before. I understand. I get it.
We usually,
It's usually not this bad, but I mean,
yeah.
week to week, it's always something, like always something. So, but like we say, we're just musicians trying to help out our brothers and sisters, our fellow brothers and sisters in the music industry. We are not podcasters. Like,
right.
You guys are doing a good thing. That's to be sure.
And you are too.
You are too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys wrap it up, and I'll holler at you another time.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you, Draco.
Thank you, Draco. Take care and blessings.
Many blessings. All right. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. And that, that is the conclusion of week 7. So I hope you guys all had a great time tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I cannot promise that we will ever get it straightened out, but I can promise you we are going to work hard to always make it happen.
Yep. We will always make it happen, you guys, no matter what. We love what we do and we have passion too.
Exactly. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.